Wait a second. Hey, what did you do? What, what did you do? I know it was you, wasn't it? Welcome back to the SSL Family Dad channel. We are continuing on today with the gaming bar renovation. And today we're going to prep the floor and get some flooring put in. So it's a pretty simple job because it's a small area. So let me just show you a few of the things that I do whenever I am flooring on a concrete slab, on a cement floor. There's a couple things I do, some prep work that we do, and then I'll show you what type of flooring options there are and what we have used in the past and what we're going to be using here today. So as you saw there at the beginning, this has all been sealed with what's called Drylock or Drylock Extreme. It's a product that I have used many times. I put a single coat and then a second really thin coat. I just basically used what was left on the roller to go over this again and cover up the dog footprints. All this does is, I didn't have a huge water problem down here or anything like that. But there is a lot of, there's been some repairs done down here, it looks like, on the floor. There's been some cracking and stuff like that here in the flooring, which can happen over time. This is a 50-year-old house, and this isn't a perfect seal. I could go over this again. There's still some holes and some spots that didn't get covered quite fully, but all this is going to do is just keep moisture down. So whenever you have cement, there's always going to be moisture. So this is only a couple inches thick, and right underneath this is just sand. And you know, this is an outside wall right here, so this is a concrete block, and this behind that is dirt. And there's always moisture that's going to be kind of making its way down through the ground, and it gets underneath here, and that moisture likes to seep through concrete. It's a porous material. It's not it's not a watertight seal. Concrete's not. And so all this does is it just blocks out that moisture. So let me show you the flooring that we're going to put in here, and I'll talk a little about why we chose what we chose and what options there are, and then we'll get this put together. So this is from Home Depot. This is the Home Decorators Collection. This is I think this is a Home Depot brand, but there's many products that are similar to this. And what this is a rigid core, it's a click lock, and it is a vinyl plank flooring. So this is a waterproof flooring product that is perfect for concrete slabs, perfect for basements, perfect for anywhere that's going to get wet, anywhere you're going to have anything like that, which is what we want to do in our bar area. We want to make sure that water gets down here, where there's going to be a sink down here, all that stuff that this won't be an issue. It can get wet. We also, again, even though we have the dry lock here, this isn't a 100% moisture-free environment, and you don't really want to put wood flooring down here. This stuff has a lifetime warranty. This is very similar to the LifeProof flooring that we have used in the past. This is what we put. We put LifeProof all throughout our old home that was on a slab as well, on concrete. And so it has an underlayment. It's kind of a little bit of a pad underlayment built right into each plank. It has a click lock type of system that I'll show you how it works. It's really simple. And then it has it has a kind of a rigid core. There's some kind of a plastic core, and then the top of it is dent and scratch resistance. It's like it's a hard plastic, basically a vinyl. So, and it has a texture to it, so it's meant to feel a little bit more like wood or like a real floor. And it lays really nice. It goes over, if you have any kind of imperfections in your floor, it sits really well on that. So it's a very good product, especially for these kinds of environments. There are a couple other options out there that you have. However, I am going to tell you why you should not use those. There is hardwood floors. Okay, you can put hardwood floor on a concrete slab, even though it tells you that it's not suitable for below grade. They do sell a pre-made subfloor. Basically, it's got a rubber underlayment on it. It's got OSB. And then you put these like squares down, they interlock together and they connect, and it separates the concrete from the hardwood floor, and it gives you a wood surface, and then you can nail your hardwood floor to that. What most people are tempted to do is use what's called an engineered hardwood floor. Basically, that is it's made out of MDF. It has a hard surface on it. It cannot really be refinished. But it does have an underlayment built into the bottom of it, which is waterproof, so you can put that on a concrete slab. However, that stuff is garbage. When it gets wet, even though it says it's water resistant, all that stuff, water gets in those cracks, and that MDF just puffs up. It just soaks up that water like sawdust, and it just puffs up, and it'll create bubbles and problems all along all your gaps and everything the first time it gets wet. So I highly recommend staying away from that, and either use if you're going to add the subfloor and then do real hardwood flooring, that would be fine, or stick with your vinyl plank flooring like we have here. So in my case, the trim is actually up off the floor because of the carpet gap here, and so I'm actually going to start right here and just slide this right underneath the trim. It's not going to sit tight. That's okay. I have plans to redo this wall anyway soon. And then this stuff, I'll show you how it all goes together, but just you put the next piece in at an angle, you lay it down flat, and then you just tap it with a hammer on the back side of it, and it'll just snap it into place, and it creates a perfect seam here. You'll never even see it. And just a note, the only reason I did not go with Life Proof, which is usually my go-to flooring, is because they didn't have the color I wanted in stock. And so we're going to try the Home Decorators collection out today, and we'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so I've got the first two pieces in here up against the wall, and so I'm ready to put the next row on here. Got a seam right here, and I don't want all the seams to line up, obviously, so we're going to stagger these. We'll stagger at just about half, so I need to cut one speed square here. This is the easiest way, and then just a nice sharp utility knife. Just going to score it right along the edge here, flip it over, and it just will snap right on that joint. Cut through that rubber backing. And then we have two pieces. So it's worth noting the cut edge, we can never join this back together with another piece. So these always have to go at the end of your row. So you can't join these. It has to have the factory edge on it in order for them to connect together seamlessly. So I'm going to go up against my wall, and then this piece I can use at the other end. All right, so we've got our cut piece here, and basically what you're going to do is you put it in on a 45-degree angle, and you're just going to firmly lay it down flat. And that really should be it. Now I also have a cutoff piece here that I can use. Sometimes it won't snap all the way together, and so you can use your cutoff piece to just stick it in the groove here and just give it a little tap. That's a good joint right there. And then as these come together, sometimes they won't snap all the way in, so just use a block, make sure that that's nice and tight. Okay, so I've come to a place where I need to make an L-shaped cut here. So I've come to a place here where I've got to make a L-shaped cut. So I'm going to go ahead and take a couple measurements. So the best way to notch out these cuts as well as a bunch of the curved cuts that I'm going to make is actually with an oscillating saw. We need to tap on this plank at the end of it and get it to push into this one. And so what I have found handy here is one of these wonder bars or flat pry bars, and you can just get in between your wall and the end of the plank and then just push it. And sometimes it just takes a little bit of wiggling, and you'll get that to snap into place. So this is what the finished flooring looks like. I think everything turned out pretty good. All of this back here will be covered, so we had just used some scrap pieces and stuff along the edge there, and this doesn't matter because this will all be covered by cupboards. So the back wall here also, although this looks pretty good, that all stay pretty tight to the brick, but this is actually the end where I'll have cabinets too. So there's going to be cabinets all along in an L shape, so all along this back brick wall, and then along the bar here, all the way over into this corner. And so the countertop will come, and I'll try to get it to match this curve, and then I'm going to put some kind of a backsplash underneath here to cover all that the back side of the brick and mortar. But the nice thing about this flooring is it goes in really fast. This actually took about the same amount of time that a larger room would take, just because of all the little cuts. But if you're in a large space where you're just laying straight planks, I mean, you can do a whole row. It doesn't take that long at all. You cut your last piece, you snap it off, you go back to the next row, and you just keep working your way up and down, and you can get a good sized room done real quick. This took almost 2 boxes of, and I think it was, I don't know, 35 square feet or something like that. So it's like $150 worth of flooring in here. So just a couple tips and tricks on putting flooring into a basement floor or anywhere you have on a slab foundation. Don't skip the dry lock. Use that dry lock whenever you have concrete walls exposed. So whenever you're doing any kind of renovations or work and you've got an exposed cinder block or poured concrete wall or slab, put the dry lock extreme on there, and that stuff will help to just seal up your home. It keeps just everything nicer. It's going to keep the house smelling nicer. It's going to keep the moisture levels down in the summertime and allow you to control your humidity in the home. So let me know what you guys think of the vinyl plank flooring, whether it's the home collection stuff from Home Depot or Life Proof brand flooring, or is there other ones that you guys have used that you would like to share your experience with me and all the rest of the viewers. So throw those comments down below, and don't forget to hit thumbs up on today's video. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.